everybody come now. When the real party people, reggae the cake, man can't stop this drum. Hey, check it, hey, check it. Yo, this is Super G the General, and these are my interviews. My main genre of music is punta music, but I also do soca, dancehall. Actually, that name started, when I was in high school, because El General, which is a Latin artist from Panama. I'm a huge fan. He's one of my favorite artists. So the guys, when I used to rap, they used to call me, "Boy, El General, General." So later on, I needed a name for a stage performance. So one of the guys, Chucky, said, "Boy, we should call you Super General." So then, but the name was too long, the Super General, so we shortened it to Super G. I've been doing music roughly for 31 years now. In primary school, I attended Georgetown Primary School, St. Francis Xavier in Corozal, also Santa Clara San Roman RC School. Then in 1990, I moved to Independence, where I attended Independence High. Then came to Dangriga. I started off at Ecumenical Junior College, but I only did less than a year, then I went straight into music. Ever since I was a kid, one of my older brothers used to say, "Man, you sound good singing soca." But I never believed it. So when I started high school, I became a bass player on Georgetown band. So my first gig that I did, I fell asleep like 2-3 hours before the show done. With the bass guitar, I was young. I was like 12 and a half years old at that time. Then after that, we joined a band, Sound City. Then Punta Rebels, but I was a bass player earlier, part of that also. Then eventually, I got the courage to start singing, become one of the lead vocalists, and the rest was history. Yeah, it was 8 boys, 8 brothers. There's 2 already passed on, and we have 6 away on this project. And one of the reasons why, I decided to bring this up to the rest of the brothers there, because I know that back in the day when we were kids, we used to do a lot of harmony at home. We sing from my ma, my pa, everybody would just harmonize musically. And I brought that same idea, that strategy to Punta Rebels, and it worked. So I said, years later, I said, man, I think I should take it back home where it all started. So, I called my brothers, we spoke, and everybody instant were, were very happy with the idea. So we worked on the first song, Gumesela, which means let it start. And people gravitated to that first single, and I think it's something that we need to keep on doing from now on. Well, first of all, I listen to every Belizean artist because I know doing music in Belize, it's like, there's so many steps, behind, like everybody else been set, before us and done gone left foot. So it's a struggle being a musician in Belize. So I hats off to all Belizean artists, and I listen to every genre of music that Belize. As long as a Belizean artist, I listen to it. But to say, who influenced me musically, definitely I have to start from way back in Georgetown. Dale Guzman, one of the first musicians I ever know. You had this girl called Mighty from Georgetown. Then my older brothers, Patos, Walla Walla Godo. I have Adrian the Duck, and definitely one of my biggest inspirations is Andy Palacio. That the man who I look up to, and I smile. I say, man, one day I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that man. And hopefully I've been like half of his level by now. One very excellent musician. Mr. Lad Rayban, I got the opportunity to meet Mr. Lad Rayban a couple of years ago, very kind, guy, have a lot of knowledge, wealth of knowledge, great advice. A lot of his advice up to this day I carry with me, and that will keep me going so long, because he has endured a lot and has proven himself time and time again that he is probably one of the greatest musician Belize ever had. So definitely Lord Ray-Ban. Younger musicians now that are not Punta Rock artists or bands, definitely Gil Harry, Santino's Messengers, and currently now we have great artists like Prophet, you know, Stick the Artist. Even though I might be senior, older than these guys, I get a lot of ideas, a lot of inspiration from them because as an artist, for you to be relevant, for you to be current, you have to get ideas from the younger artists, only so you are staying at the business for long.
I would have to say like somebody like Super G. I look at Super G as somebody will never work a day in their life but do music, you feel me, fam? And he motivates you enough to say that, yeah, I can actually do this.
If you're a Belizean artist and you say you know rate Super G, then you're not really a Belizean artist.
The general himself, Super G.
Like Super G, we have a Super G.
Super G.
Super G.
Super G.
Man, it's an honor for me because I have artists where I look up to, where I always wanted to be like. So to hear younger artists, you know, talking about me in that way, you know, it's a great feeling, and I'm humbled by it, and I hope I live to be a great example for them musically. Definitely InneR, you know, the artist that I got my name from, means general. So we're just at the super general to it. But InneR, definitely, and Michael Jackson, well, everybody, you know, Michael Jackson are like the top of the list. So definitely these two artists have inspired me, you know, have made me want to be a musician and an artist. Yeah, music is all I do. I used to teach back in 1997, I think, 97, 98. You know, I was a teacher for about a year. Then I left from since then and started doing only music. So I have some hobbies because music is not a hobby for me. That's my job. But I have some hobbies on the side like building things, you know, I lead carpentry here and there. But music is my full-time job. First of all, you know, like I said, you have to put God first and let Him guide you. Because back in the day, they used to tell you that music, you can't survive off of music. You can't build a home off of music. You can't send your kids to school off of music. You have to have a job. And from the get-go, my point was to prove these people wrong. Because I say if other artists could do it, the different countries where we have almost the same population, like Belize, like artists from Barbados, we had the same population at that time. I said we must could do it too. So I set out to prove them wrong, and I dedicated 100% into my music. And I've been able to send my kids to school. I've been able to help other people through my music financially. You know, I've been able to build a house, not just a house, but a home through music. And I still keep on, you know, recording, keep on doing what I do. This has sustained me for so many years, and I'm not rich, but definitely I am comfortable. It is possible. And I must say it's not just me, because you have artists like Reckless, you know, that has survived off music. You have Lloyd Augustine, Chico Ramos. Definitely he has survived solely off music and has built his home, has done great things, help other people also, you know, through music. The street right to the back here, because I used to rent a house right exactly behind me, so I think they thought that was my house, so they put the name the street, Super G Street. I am so grateful, you know, humble, and I always appreciate things like that, because it's better than, people always say, no, wait till the man dead, you know, before tell her or show her how you appreciate him. So I think that shows me that I'm appreciated. Definitely without you guys, I would have not been here. I couldn't have been here musically and sitting in this chair and sharing what I'm sharing with the public. But because of you guys, you made it possible for me. You set the trend, you paved the road for me, and now I'm just walking through it. I'm so grateful. Thank you so very much. And I'll try my best to keep on, you know, paving the road for those coming after me. Definitely, I'll try my best to do that. I do some features. I think I have a lot of features that people are not aware of, but if I would say what would make me not want to do a feature, probably because of the time, because sometimes I'm really busy, I have a lot of work. Like, for example, right now, immediately after this interview, I have to head to the studio because I have a jingle that I'm working on. But it's not intentional or me trying to be selfish, because anybody who come to do a collab, as long as they set the studio time, I try my best to make it to the studio. You know, I love collaborating, especially with those who understand the business. But one of the reasons why I wouldn't want to collab with an artist now is because if they don't understand the business, you know, sometimes you do a collab with somebody and then later on they call you, bye, you know, you owe me money, or they talk about it that you owe them money and they do a collab with you and they don't get paid it. And we all know that sometimes the music don't bring in just a single, sometimes don't bring in the amount of funds, you know, that the artist, the person featured could get paid. I did a feature with a big artist, and the payment wasn't what I expected it to be, but I understand, and I have no courage because I understand the business. And sometimes it takes longer than you think, you know, for the finance to come. Yeah, definitely the SUPA G on YouTube. SUPA-G. SUPA G, and it's on iTunes, CD Baby, all the major online stores. My music is there, including the Martinez Brothers 2 singles that we just released. Definitely, apart from the Martinez Brothers project, I'm working on some singles because we know September not too far, and I like release my music months ahead of time. And definitely, get ready for November. So now, right now, I'm working on a couple singles, you know, for those months. Yeah, most of them. You know, couple songs I get help writing, like Prophet helped me write one of my songs off an unreleased album yet. I have writers like Maestro X from San Pedro. I have Flaco from Benke that writes also. So I have a couple people that write, you know, a couple songs with me. I would come up with the hook, with the chorus, and they write some of the verse for me, you know, just to be current. But definitely I write most of my songs, especially the Punta songs. And I think that the one our downfall as a nation, as Belizean artists, we think that we have to write all our songs. We think that if an artist, another person write for we, that means we are less of an artist. But the opposite, that shows that you are willing to network and work with people that might have better ideas than you, but still you look good after it. You know, from day one, especially a lot of my Spanish music, I've had people help me write those lyrics. I've never been afraid to ask another artist to help me with some lyrics. Even with Garifuna, some of the Garifuna words where I'm not sure how to pronounce, I would call Lloyd. You know, I would call Ms. Gwen Nunez Gonzalez. You know, I would call Rick, "Bye, Rick, what do you think about this line? This word I write the way how I say it." And even with other type of music, you know, I would call Prophet, I would call different, you know, Nello Player. Again, one of my writers also. So you know, nothing wrong with that, guys, nothing wrong with that, you know, ask for help. Yeah, definitely to all the fans, thank you for the support. Thanks for supporting me, you know, all the time. I really appreciate it. And thanks for supporting every Belizean artist on a whole. And we have a mission. Our mission is to take Belizean music, and it could be any genre of music as long as it's Belizean artists. We need to take Belize out there musically. We need for the world to see what Belize has to offer. So, you know, I urge you to support your Belizean artists, because when we make it, Belize make it. It's the general, yo. These are my inner views.